My name is Mark Hinchin, and I'm 27 years old. I was shot in the library. I was 17 years old at the time. The way the Columbine shooting has changed me is I've learned how valuable life is, and just how it can change in a second. I actually really enjoyed high school. Overall, it was a pretty good experience. A lot of people wanted to know what it felt to be shot. It's kind of hard to explain. I guess I just learned how important life is and how things can change in a blink of an eye, basically.
My name is Patrick Ireland, and I'm 27 years old. I was shot in the library, and I was 17 years old at the time. People think that my injuries, that the physical aspects were probably the most difficult to come back from, and that is not the case by any means. The mental and cognitive things. One of the bullets went through the language center of my brain, and so I had to relearn how to, yes, walk and talk, but the reading and writing and forming sentences. I could view the fact what different letters looked like, but sending that message from my brain to my hand to write those letters, or word recognition that I wanted to speak something to somebody, that was the most difficult. The one, aha moment would have been when I first was able to move my leg. I was sitting in a hospital bed and just kind of laying in the bed, and all of a sudden I was able to lift my right leg up, view the fact that, hey, I've got some strength back and I can move my leg now. I know that things are going to be okay, but I'll be able to relearn how to walk. And I've relearned how to water ski. I've relearned how to play golf, and I'm a better golfer now than I ever was before. Overcoming obstacles, the life lessons that can be learned from it, of choosing. You get to choose which way you want to live your life and to be a victor rather than a victim.
My name is Anne-Marie Hochhalter, and I'm 27 years old. I was shot outside the cafeteria at Columbine High School. I was 17 years old, and the Columbine shootings changed me because it made me a stronger person and it increased my faith. I was an atheist before, and now I have a newfound faith in God, and I know that family and friends can get anybody through anything, and I hope that my story can help others out there who are struggling. It's helped me accomplish things in my life that I might have not had the ability to accomplish had it not been for support groups around me. And I think I'm doing pretty well with myself, getting a degree at college and moving out on my own and everything like that. I've been back to the school after graduation 4 times, 4 or 5 times. I see where I was, and I showed, a couple of my friends and, the path that, my friend dragged me and everything. It's more awe-inspiring, I laid here dying, but look at me now.
My name is Casey Johnson, and I am 26 years old. I was shot in the library at Columbine High School. I was 17 years old. The way the shootings changed me was just making me a stronger, more understanding, loving person that wants to make a difference in the world. I knew right before he shot me that he was going to shoot me, and I was at total peace with it. Each one of us that was shot was because God allowed it to happen to us. And I think he allows certain things to happen to the people that he knows can handle it. He never gives you more than you can handle. Maybe that's why the girl next to me wasn't injured at all. Maybe whatever was going on in her life or with her family, there was no way they could have gotten through it. But I had a great support, and God's just used me through it. I had so much support, and I didn't ever want to be angry. Right away, I accepted my scars, my disability, my surgeries. That was never a problem for me to accept those things. I'm just not in that place anymore. I just want to be, a good wife and a great mom and somebody that just has a lot of empathy for people.
My name is Val Schnur. I am 27 years old. I was shot in the library at Columbine High School. I was 18 years old at the time. Columbine really helped me to see that there's a lot of people in need of help. It helped define me as someone that wanted to be in a helping profession and try to reach out and help those people that are hurting, that are troubled. I've had 10 years to process what happened and where I've been and who I am now, and you can heal a lot in 10 years if you try and you focus, and if that's your goal. When you're a survivor and you've been injured, it is very difficult dealing with scars because it's a permanent reminder of something that happened. There's no way to hypnotize yourself to get rid of it, or it's always going to be there in your mind, and to look at myself in the mirror every day and know that it's there, it happened, and not a day goes by that I don't think about it, because I have to look at it every day. Being a survivor, I've had my own levels of grief. Working through that level of grief, but also helping others get through their grief and watch them in that process, dealing with the death of a loved one. I've been very lucky to have the opportunities that I've had that have helped me heal and move on.
My name is Jen Doyle Hellman. I am 27 years old. I was shot in the library. I was 17 years old at the time. Columbine shootings have made me stronger. I definitely have just learned to cherish every moment that I have with my family and friends, and that was the one thing that I remember laying under the table, was just thinking about all the things that I had wanted to do later on in the week and didn't have a chance to do because I didn't know if I was going to make it out of the library. And so I think it just makes you appreciate every day and to take advantage of the time that you have with people.
My name is Frank DeAngelis, and I'm 54 years old, and I'm the principal at Columbine High School. April 20th, 1999 changed my life forever. The wounds that occurred on that day, whether they be physical, emotional, spiritual wounds, will be with us for the rest of our lives. I look at it from the standpoint that things happen to us and we're not sure why. Why Columbine High School? Why did the tragedy occur? And instead of dwelling upon the negativity, I have to look at it as how do we respond to the experiences we have in our life. And if I would have quit, if I would have left, then I would have let down all the people that were counting upon me. Again, I'm not sure why I was principal of the high school where the tragedy occurred, and I could dwell upon that, but I chose a different road. I decided that it happened. Now how am I going to react to that happening or the tragedy? And each and every day I do my best to rebuild the Columbine community, to make sure that we have the coping skills that will allow us to continue into the future. On the 1-year anniversary, the theme was a time to remember, a time to hope. And we'll always remember everyone, first and foremost, the 13 who were killed, all the people who were injured, but all the people who were so deeply impacted. And my hope is we'll never allow those students and Mr. Sanders or the teacher to die in vain, but at the same time I hope that we learn many lessons from Columbine High School and that we are better people, we are a better high school as a result. And if we do not allow that to happen, then I think we do a great disservice to our students in the Columbine community and the state and the nation.